Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is the Apostate Prophet. I hope everybody is having a fantastic day. We have decided to go live earlier today than usual because of a lack of professionalism on David Wood's part. And here's my partner, David Wood. Hello, David Wood. How are you doing?
We're live discussing the epic Destiny versus Sneako debate. Just sending out this link to everyone.
Oh, good. So,
Powerful.
yes. So, what's up? What's up, David? What do you know about Destiny and Sneako?
I haven't seen this. I saw one little clip that was circulating of Destiny asking Sneako to say what the age of consent is. But anyone who's seen 5 minutes of either one of these guys knows this is a pretty... I can't think of a bigger mismatch than this. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, if you went and picked two people in the entire world to be the most lopsided debate ever, it might be these two guys.
Because Destiny is very sharp
Mm-hmm.
and a very good debater and very
Yep.
quick and pretty intelligent, no matter what you think of him and his worldview and whatever it is.
And that's important what you just said, like, because people, what, you're saying you agree with? No, not. We're just talking debating. I disagree with tons of stuff that Matt Dillahunty said. The man's a brutal debater. Some people are just wired. Some people are just wired to pick up on things and fire right back, and they process things really quickly and fire right back. And Destiny is one of those guys who, again, I haven't even seen. I've seen like probably a couple of clips that we watched at some point in live streams or something like that. I haven't seen a lot of Destiny, but you could watch 1 5-minute clip of him interacting with someone where it gets heated and you're like, wow, this guy's really quick. Like,
Weren't you there weren't you at a debate that he also was in modern day debate?
it doesn't mean I went and saw it.
Okay.
I do my debate and then I go hang out with cool people.
I do my debates. I don't care about the rest.
No, I don't remember what the topic was, but yeah, I didn't check it out. I always figure I can, if I hear some news that I need to watch this, I can just go ahead and check it out later and play it on like 1.5 speed.
Well, the funny thing about this is you are bringing up an important issue, which is that this is a big mismatch because on the one hand you have a very smart and quick guy like Destiny. On the other hand, you have Sneako, who's just embarrassingly bad. But the issue, the funny part about all of this is that apparently Destiny was live talking to different people, like this streamer XQC, who has like, I don't know, 12 million followers or something, and I never heard of him. That's how out of touch I am with streamer pop culture. But and then Sneako apparently joined the conversation as kind of an ambush situation. To ambush.
Wait, he pulled a Muhammad Hijab when you were going on with Adam Saleh or whatever his name is. You go on their show and then hey, you want to come on for an interview? Yeah, sure, I'll come on for an interview. You get there and Muhammad Hijab jumps out from behind the curtain. He pulled that move. Hey,
he tried to do that and he got so embarrassed.
That's funny though, because I mean, I was sitting there when you're saying, I'm like, what doesn't he should have handlers by now. I don't mean that we want him to have handlers. I'm saying from an Islamic perspective, if you've got someone who's popular on social media and he's giving you access to his fans for Dawa, you want to protect that guy from being humiliated. So Sheikh Uthman or Muhammad Hijab, they should all be telling that dude, you need to stay away from public embarrassment and humiliation. Whatever you do not go on with an actual debater to discuss some point, because they're gonna completely humiliate you and Islam by extension, when we're cheering for you as our new champion and hero and representative in the Dawa community. And if you get obliterated, so just stay away from that dude. And keep in mind, even from a non-Islamic perspective, dude, you're a pretty brand new Muslim. It wouldn't matter what your belief is, even if it were correct. You don't go on against someone who's just gonna rip you to shreds. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of that thing where he goes up against a boxer and the boxer just beats his face in for until, you know, it looks like he's ready to just break in half. Maybe he just, I don't know, maybe he has some weird fetish or something.
Yeah. But we're going to see what will happen to Mr. Borelli. Mr. Borelli. For those who don't know, this is how Norman Finkelstein was referring to Destiny by different names. Mr. Borelli, Mr. Bernal, Mr. Barelli, Mr. Morelli. The guy has a problem. But I see now that, so it has been clipped into an 11-minute video on Destiny's own channel. But as I was looking at that, I also noticed that there is that afterwards, just today, another clip was published where he's actually reviewing Mohammed Hijab, where he's reviewing Sneako consulting Mohammed Hijab about child marriage. This is going to be very interesting.
Look at Destiny. That's Destiny there.
Yeah.
That's funny.
The bad thing about
I've
Destiny
seen,
is that he always streams like this with himself very small in the corner. So
yeah, I've seen lots of these guys when they find, and this is what's really awesome about the age that we're in right now, ladies and gentlemen. You got all these people finding out about Islam, and then, like, right now, I don't know what he's talking about right there, but that's the sort of look of, am I seriously sitting here analyzing a clip of whether it's okay to bang little kids? Seriously, the 21st century. This is where the world is at.
whoa, okay, I see that the whole thing with the whole exchange between Destiny and Sneako is apparently like 40 minutes long, but it has been shortened into 10 minutes here. So let's see what happens.
I hope he explained to Destiny about the how the book of the Council of Nicaea was taken out of the Bible.
We just see. We'll see. It just backfired on you.
Drawn there. Like, am I delusional here, or like?
No, what are you talking about? So, is it intention of the word? Because
Who the f is joined, cut?
Clearly, Cuffham does not hate gay people.
Okay, so this is kind of jumping into the whole debate in the middle of it, because this is the relevant part about Sneako joining the call and getting grilled by Destiny. It's also interesting to see that this is the censored version, because the uncensored version is very, very heavy language. So yeah.
People. So is it the word or the intention?
Why do we say clear? There's nothing clear about that. How do we know that?
He just said he doesn't hate gay people.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, if somebody says they don't gay people, that means they don't hate gay people? Since when has that ever been the standard by which we determine?
Yeah, he says he doesn't hate gay people. The man just said it. He just said it in front of your face. So case closed. And this guy over here, he's in prison. He says he didn't commit those crimes. He said it right there, Judge. He said it, Your Honor. What more could you ask for, members of the jury?
Oh boy, look at Destiny's chat here.
Sneako, why is Coco here? Perfect time to bring in Sneako.
That's the grand finale, 2024 cuckoff.
Marshall, okay, so you can change being you can stop doing that, right? You can't, when you call Cuffham a thug, he can't change his skin color. He's always going to be black.
Wait, okay, hold on. Wait, nothing about thug. Wait,
so
okay, two
many
things. Wait,
assumptions
two
are
things.
being made.
Couple things. Wait.
What?
So it's not. So we're using protected class and everything, but usually it's a proxy for like these things probably shouldn't be bad things. So if you make fun of somebody for being broke, right? Usually it's because being broke is a bad thing. Nobody wants to be broke. Broke people don't want to be broke. If you make fun of somebody for being fat, well, nobody wants to be fat. Like even fat people don't want to be fat. If you make somebody for being gay, well, the implication is that like being must be bad, the same way that being fat or being broke is.
The reason that
I don't understand how the censorship is being applied here. It looked like he just said gay and that was censored. I don't know. That's weird.
Offended when you say that word is because they don't actually want to be.
No, the reason they get offended is because they think that other people are loading that word in a really negative way and they're being hateful with it.
No, it comes from a deep-rooted shame that they're never going to be.
Okay, small.
Here's the you got Sneako psychoanalyzing gay people.
So the background here is apparently that that there was a fight about somebody calling someone a slur for gay people, and then somebody else in response calling them a slur for or calling them thugs or gangsters or something like that. And there was a whole discussion around it. And then Sneako jumps into the conversation about when it's okay and not okay to call people things. And I think the context then is that Destiny goes into how do you decide whether something is offensive or not? And then he brings the topic to Islam, and that's where it gets out of control.
Accepted for who they are.
Really?
That's not
Is
the
that
reason,
so?
yeah.
Wait, is that why Muslims are the
being-
most? Wait, is that why Muslims are the most fragile people on the internet? Then is because when you make fun of their religion, they get so ass mad about it that they come out and they attack literally every fucking person they see. Even if it means beheading people in a comic book. Oh, like,
He's got a point, right?
Walk.
He's got a point. Wait, so let me follow this because I didn't fully understand. So it sounded like Sneako. Gosh, am I getting this right? It sounded like Destiny is talking about someone calling people gay, and then Sneako's pointing out that they get offended when you call them gay because deep down they're ashamed about being gay. And Destiny replied, no. It's because when you call them gay, they understand you're trying to insult them and you're packing other things in there. And so Sneako's saying if you get easily offended, it's because deep down you're ashamed. And then Destiny replies, well, why are Muslims the most fragile people in the world? Because the implication would be that it's because deep down they're ashamed of their crap religion.
This is why I don't even care where he stands, but this is why I admire the way that Destiny thinks during debates, because this is an objection that, or just an idea that very few people, I would say, in that moment would just would throw in, and it's quite a strong one, but it's going to get much worse.
Around and you've made fun of Islam. If that were true,
that's because I live in the United States of America, thank God. But no, so I'm asking you. So then, would you say every time a Muslim lashes out at somebody because you make fun of their religion, is that because they have a deep-seated shame about it?
Oh, yes, exactly. We got confirmation that I was correct in my interpretation.
Yes. He's sharp.
Not because of this morality thing, because nobody wants to be fat, nobody wants to be broke,
nobody wants to be a Muslim. Why do they get so offended when you make fun of them?
Sneako says that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Okay, explain.
Hey,
you have to explain
this is a perfect example of Sneako's Sneako's used to interacting with some other dumb streamers and stuff. And what he just did, that's the sort of thing. It's like when he's interacting with somebody, he can say, oh, the book of the council. And if he's talking to someone who doesn't know any better, you can kind of get away with that stuff for a little while. And this is a situation where, the reason the gay community gets so offended is because deep down they're ashamed about it. That would like make sense. And he would get away with that to one of his regular streaming partners. You're messing with the wrong one right here, Sneako, because he's gonna take whatever you say can and will be used against your religion.
Here's the thing,
it seems like.
Here's the problem, though. Sneako and Destiny know each other. Sneako knows Destiny. They have a history.
That's why it makes no sense. That's why it has to be. He just likes getting his face beat in.
Destiny used to be, I think, smaller in terms of popularity and streaming platform and all that compared to Sneako. So Destiny was at some point, I don't know, humbled by just Sneako's appearance because of his large platform and all that. And they used to interact a lot and kind of tease each other. They had some kind of friendship and all that. At some point, they started falling apart very, very heavily. And around the whole conversion to Islam issue by Sneako, things got really bad between them. In fact, I still remember when I first started interacting with Destiny, I once brought up and said, I really want to have a conversation here with Sneako. And he told me it's not going to happen anymore because we have literally blocked each other and we're not interacting with each other anymore. So that's the problem.
Yeah. You thought we were gone.
So Sneako actually knows Destiny. And despite that, he comes in and really wants to have a conversation or a debate, knowing very well that he's going to be, I don't know, humiliated, publicly embarrassed, and that's what happened. That's what happened. That's what they do.
Yeah, you can tell, and it's either the dude just likes getting pummeled, or or he can't help himself. He jumps into situations like this and has just zero hikmah, no hikmah. He's a low hikmah individual, or he's a plant. My goodness.
Yeah, I might not get the history right with streamers. Jeff Linear said Destiny was always bigger than him. Sneako clinged onto him like a leech. They broke up after Sneako became a Muslim and started insulting his wife and son.
Oh,
okay.
See, you totally misrepresented everything there.
Yep.
Huh. I guess Sneako isn't the only one now who's been humiliated.
Yep. Destiny, Sneako's daddy owned him so many times. That's just sneakophobic.
Not true, because you're still walking around and you've made fun of Islam. If that were true,
That's because
you
I
would
live
not
in the
be
United
doing
States of
video.
America, thank God. But no, so I'm asking. So then, when you say
Burn.
because you make fun of their religion, is that because they have a deep-seated shame about it?
Did you see what he just did? He just took it, burned him, and then moved on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
That
what he
was
does.
awesome.
That's what he does.
Excuse, he draws a line there. It's not because of this morality thing, because nobody wants to be fat. Nobody wants to be broke.
Nobody wants to be a Muslim. Why do they get so offended when you make fun of them for it?
It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Like,
That's
people don't
exactly.
get
You said
offended.
that people get offended for being gay because they're ashamed to be gay. So I'm
That's
asking
an-
you then,
okay,
do
you
people
see
get
it-
offended by being called
Let me
Muslim because they're
explain
Muslims?
the
Are
way
they
he
ashamed of
debates
being
there.
Muslims?
The way he debates Cuffham is he's going to equate being Muslim to being gay. Nobody gets
This is so funny. You see what Sneako is doing there immediately. He doesn't actually have a proper response to it. So he starts
'cause
describing what Destiny is trying to do instead of actually responding to the point.
Yeah. So again, he gives a response that would normally work with the people he usually interacts with, and here it's not working, and
Yeah.
he's just caught off guard. It's like, oh, I'm not used to people being smart and spotting the flaws in my argument at all. They're usually so happy to be on my platform, they just giggle and nod at everything I say.
Man.
gets offended if a blue-haired Destiny calls me a Muslim. Nobody's offended, right? If I call somebody gay and you're not gay, they'll get offended because nobody wants to be gay.
They're not
That's the
offended. They
difference.
don't want to be around people that are hateful. They're upset because you're being hateful towards them. The same way that Muslims
Okay.
get offended when you talk about their religion in a negative way.
Also, I think
Sneako is not even getting the point right. I think the whole discussion started because somebody used the word faggot to refer to a gay person. So it wasn't just about calling somebody gay.
I think that they have kind of the right to be upset, right? To be kind of presented that they can't change, right?
No. It doesn't have to.
Especially
No,
when
it doesn't
happens
have
a
to do.
lot.
No, it doesn't have to do with
Go
can't
ahead.
change or can change. Like there, are for instance, you can change your nationality. It doesn't necessarily mean you should attack somebody over their nationality. You can change like the country you're living in or whatever. It's a
Well, that's like my view on it. It's like I don't think it's a good.
Is that XQC? I think the guy is a French Canadian, so it's hard to listen to him.
Yeah.
No,
anyone
offense to
French or
Canadians.
Canadian.
Canadians are terrible people. I mean, we established that. But
Yeah. Bunch
on top of that,
maple
French
syrup
Canadian.
drinking. They go to Tim Hortons to order a big jug of maple syrup and then they chug it.
Yeah, imagine. That's
Good thing that you go around just being who you are and getting clapped on all the fucking time for it. I think
sure. It can feel bad, but I mean, like insults are supposed to feel bad. But the question is like, what do you want to make somebody feel bad for, right? If it's a bad characteristic, so if you think somebody's generally bad because they're like a C or a tanky or a brokey or they're fat or whatever, those are all like bad characteristics. Then you can say like, oh well, yeah, you can make fun of people for these things. If you're making fun of,
so it's so funny. They censor the word Nazi when they clip it.
somebody for being gay, the implication is you think that being gay is like a negative, bad characteristic, and that's why you're being bad for it. That's why the person that came in here.
Here's the next issue: is that thinking that being gay is bad doesn't mean you hate gays, right? If being fat is bad, I don't hate fat people. It's gross. Like thinking something is gross, thinking being broke is gross or bad does not. I don't hate broke people. There's no rich people don't hate broke people. Just like straight people don't hate gays. It's just weird and disgusting. You're allowed to be disgusted by something and not hate it.
That's fine, but it's literally in the language you're using. If you're expressing publicly that you think something is gross and disgusting, the idea is you're being hateful towards it. You can play word games like, well, it doesn't mean you hate it, but I mean, like it's essentially what's to be.
Oh, Infidel Noodle, what's up, Infidel Noodle? Nice to see you here, as always. Infidel Noodle said, good morning, everyone, because she's living in a different time zone on Mars, also known as Australia, the place that David likes a lot for its people.
Hey, Infidel Noodle, you should jump in here.
Yeah, you should jump in here, Infidel Noodle. You should jump in. You know how to contact me. Just jump in. Okay.
Being expressed.
I mean, I like to use extremes to really draw the picture, right? If you really think about it,
Why
you say, "Oh, I'm disgusted by a certain skin color," I mean, it's gonna.
Why stuttering?
Whenever that guy speaks, that's all I think of. Infidel Noodle said, haha, I would, but I'm about to head to work. Well. Oh, well, okay. Have
Translation, I don't like your crap channel, AP.
fun. I know. She has nothing to do at all. Like it's a free day. She's going to enjoy her day. She just doesn't want to be part of this. I understand. I get it. It's okay. It's all right. You can just say it. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to be offended. It's fine. Have you guys heard that 5 children were arrested in Sydney on terrorism charges? They believe it was inspired by the church stabbing. I haven't heard of it. Have you heard of it, David?
No, but I will be looking that up right now.
Look it up right now.
They come off pretty hateful. Do you not agree?
Yeah, of course.
What? But you can't
Does-
change your skin color. You can change, like you can just stop. You can stop kissing boys.
So now
You
you're saying
can't,
now.
you can't change being black.
Whoa! Hold on.
Gosh, I don't even want to go into that. I'm pretty sure they're going to go into that now, but that's not really how it works.
Sexual orientation and the manifestation of that sexuality are 2 different things entirely.
Right? No, but being gay is a choice. That's a decision.
Is that your worldview on it?
That's just the truth. You choose to kiss.
Is that your worldview or not? You just say how it is.
He
That's
doesn't believe it's real because he's on some retard. It's not worth arguing over.
That's just the objective truth. No, I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, but
You can't. There's literally
go-
there's no place in the world where it's been like discovered how to change somebody's sexuality like that. It just doesn't happen. So no, you have no
You wanna know
foundation
how
for
to-
saying that.
You want to know how to not do that? Is just don't kiss a guy as a man.
Yeah, but then so what? Do you just
Well,
not have
there you go.
relationships? Do you just not have relationships anymore? Or
No, you can have a relationship, but with the correct sex.
yeah, but if you don't have any
Correct.
sexual attraction towards them, why would you do that?
That's the wrong feeling. That's just an incorrect.
When
thing.
you
It's
say
like
the
saying-
wrong feeling, what?
What the hell does it even mean? God, why is this guy even trying to debate? You see there in that example, everything that he says is based on absolutely nothing. There's no foundation, no ground, no evidence, nothing at all. It's all just whatever he wants to believe, he presents it without supporting it, without reinforcing it in any way. It's ridiculous.
All right, hold up. Here you go.
What?
From the Associated Press, Melbourne, Australia. 5 teenagers accused of following a violent extremist ideology. Wonder what that is. Hopefully they won't mention what that violent extremist ideology is.
Wait. It must be Jainism. Probably Jainism, probably, right?
Yeah, or that or those Quakers. Violent extremist ideology have been charged with a range of offenses in an investigation that began with the stabbing of a bishop in a Sydney church, police said Thursday. Hey, that's today. The 5, ages 14 to 17, were among 7 boys arrested across southwest Sydney on Wednesday in a major operation by the Joint Counterterrorism Team. The team includes federal and state police as well as the Australian Security Intelligence Organization, the nation's main domestic blah, 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 blah. 2 boys ages 16 and 17 years old have been charged with conspiring to engage in or planning a terrorist attack, a police statement said. The older boy was also charged with carrying a knife in public. 2 boys ages 14 and 17 were charged with possessing or controlling violent extremist material accessed online. Police said all 5 remain in police custody and were scheduled to appear before a children's court. Well, it's great. You got these hardened ISIS jihadis going to a children's court. 2 other boys arrested Wednesday, blah, 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 have not been charged so far. So it looks like the government starts looking into the background of the guy who went and stabbed Bishop Marmari Emmanuel, and then they start looking around like whatever he's following, and then they come across other people in the same area. That's what it looks like.
Which article are you looking up? Is it NBC News?
Yeah, this is yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're giving the Associated Press
Police 5 teens in investigation stemming from stabbing of Sydney Bishop. That is interesting from the Associated Press.
It's weird. It's weird how
Huh.
all these teenagers are coming to the exact same conclusion about how they're supposed to spend their teen years, and it involves terrorism. Fortunately, we have no idea what the violent extremist ideology was.
We will never know. We will probably never know.
It's going to go down in history. It's like the lost city of Atlantis. Never know.
Act.
This is interesting. They actually included his message of forgiveness on the website.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Hey, so these guys are obsessed with slaughtering and their violent ideology. We won't name that, but here's a Christian by contrast.
The thing is, they didn't even give, as far as I see, they didn't even give context here, like above or below the video. It's just in the middle of the article, the video appears, which says a Syrian bishop stabbed during a service in a Sydney church forgives his attacker.
Nice. I'm fine with that.
Wow.
They can insert that clip anywhere.
That's very, very, very nice. Bishop Marmar Emanuel, the Assyrian bishop who was stabbed during a service at his Sydney church, has posted an audio message on social media in which he forgave his attacker. Wow. This is interesting. They actually included this. Oh, I see. Okay, they include that as part of...
Please search warrant, open the door! Open the door now! Open the door now! Please search warrant! Please search warrant! Please search warrant! Head down!
So that's one of the
Sit, door.
one of the people from the riot afterwards.
Open. Take a seat.
Ooh,
What kind of little thing is that?
claustrophobic. What is this?
Yeah, what is that thing?
That seems like torture in and
It's
of
like
itself.
sticking you. Hey, here's our refrigerator. We're gonna shove you in. We just
Wait a minute. Wait, I want to see that whole thing. What is that? That's it? That vehicle, that part?
you got a little.
That's
Thing.
what they put you in?
Climb in our glove compartment.
Want it open? Take a
That's scary. I feel anxious just looking at it. It's like
Look at here. It looks like a refrigerator.
imagine sitting in there for a while. Oh my, wow. After being arrested.
We didn't have a proper police vehicle, but we got this this portable freezer, so climb in there.
Interesting. Anyway, so yeah, this is thank you, Infidel Noodle, for letting us know. I wasn't aware. Good stuff. Good stuff. But the problem is it's Australia. So with Australia, which is a place where they don't do anything of significance to people who do stuff in the name of Islam. I don't know. I hope something actually happens. I hope they actually punish these people or actually give something, legal that is of significance that will show that Australia is now, I don't know, cracking down on Islamist terrorism or on Islamists or all that. But it's Australia, so I don't have much hope, to be honest.
Yeah, they're really big on the de-radicalization programs down there. Which you remember that convert who went to prison and then left Islam?
Yes,
down there.
yes.
Yeah, I forget what his name is. He had some Italian last name. He went by Musa Sarantonio. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said their programs are a joke. You basically go in there to show the court that you've changed. And he's saying no one who understands what jihad is about is going to fall for what they say in there, because we know exactly. I don't know what goes on in the course, but we have an idea because we've seen it for many years. You'd go in there and they go, "Oh no, Islam's not about jihad. It says right here, if anyone kills a man, it's as if he's killed all mankind. And right over here it says there's no compulsion in religion. So you see, 14 centuries of jihadis and Muhammad and his companions all got Islam wrong. It's all about peace." And they go, "Okay."
Well, isn't that wonderful?
Yeah. And so anyway, and if they're big on the de-radicalization programs for actual grown terrorists, they'll be even more so like that with teenagers, right? So they'll be taking those teenagers under the wing of all these peaceful Quran verses.
The guy was kind of base to look at this. Almost makes me want to become an Islamic terrorist myself. Yeah. Yes. Anyway. Yeah.
According to who?
Incorrect.
According to the world, the same reason we tell that they should stop being attracted to kids. It's like you should have a morality about
Hold on.
that.
Why do you think pedophilia is wrong?
Oh, this is weird. Wait a minute. Wait. Are you kidding me? Is it Sneako who actually brought it up?
Wait, so okay, so again, putting together the reasoning, someone points at, so Sneako points out that the reason it doesn't, it's like he's saying, hey, you can't just say, here's what I'm attracted to, if that's gay or something. You can't just say I'm attracted to this, and that's your defense, because if so, then someone could say, well, I'm attracted to children. And so Sneako's pointing out, well, you wouldn't just let someone slide and say, hey, you know, I get to be attracted to children, and that's fine. And so, but he's trying to respond to the criticism of calling people gay, and he walks right into the biggest slap in the face to Islam on the planet. Like, open the door. Like, and here's the thing. I guarantee you, as soon as Sneako showed up, Destiny is going, oh, let's talk. Oh, we got to get to the topic of pedophilia in Islam. That's where I want to go. The question is how to get there. And then Sneako, hey, what about pedophiles, huh? What about that? That's wrong. That's
how
evil,
stupid can you be? How stupid can you be? He even, I mean, there are clips of him out there, including one that we will probably have a look into that one as well, including one where he talks to Muhammad Hijab and says, oh, this is something that the Islamophobes bring up all the time, oh, child marriage and all that. So how do I respond to that? And he just doesn't get it. He's bothered by it so much. And what he does is actually, he brings it up. He brings it up here. He doesn't even, it's not even something that Destiny goes for. Or you could say, okay, Destiny really jumped on that low-hanging fruit, which, to be honest, I would do too in that situation. But it's Sneako himself brought it up, right? Let's hear it again.
According to the world, the same reason we tell
What? According to who?
Incorrect.
that's the wrong feeling. That's just an incorrect.
When
thing.
you
It's
say
like
the
saying,
wrong feeling, what? According to who?
Incorrect.
according to the world, the same reason we tell that they should stop being attracted to kids. It's like you should have a morality about
Hold on.
that.
Why do you think pedophilia is wrong?
Wow, you've got to be joking.
What a dope.
He actually brought it up. What an idiot. Sneako,
I wonder if
idiot.
the light switch just went out for Sneako. Oops. I done messed up, Ron.
He doesn't even I think he doesn't even think for a second about what he's saying and what he's doing. He just randomly blurts out thoughts that are not very bright, not very advanced, and then the result is this.
Yeah, so you can understand, it's like he thinks like he's thinking one move in front of him, like in other words, he's thinking, okay, this is what my opponent just said, and he is only capable, like in chess terms, of thinking of that next move, and he's not. I don't know. So he's actually bringing up a relevant point of the discussion. If you say, hey, you can't criticize me because I was born this way. Okay, what if someone is born and they say they're attracted to kids? What if someone's born and he says, I'm violent, I like beating people up? What if someone's born some way? Can you say it's wrong? Can you say that they should not act on the way they are born? And that would be an actual interesting area of discussion. What distinctions are you making that would make this fine and this not fine? Like what's the basis there? But he goes right for pedophilia.
Yep.
That's where he goes?
Yep. Astrom Apple said, what happened to your YouTube live about Salman Rushdie? It was taken down temporarily. We'll probably be back soon. Aisha's Goat said, Mary Cryermus from Mossab Hassan Yusuf. Mossab Hassan Yusuf, the guy is being... We should review. We need to review some more stuff.
Yeah, we do.
Just on Douglas Murray, and today Jordan Peterson published an episode with him as well. So we have to.
How awesome is that?
Yeah,
how awesome is that? And I just mean that, guys, if you haven't noticed, the Dawa guys, they like to control what is and is not allowed to be said on social media and on big platforms and stuff, and they throw tantrums, and lots of people go along with them because they don't like being harassed by a bunch of whiners. And so that's why it's awesome if you got like Douglas Murray and Jordan Peterson, and they're using their huge platforms to let Masab speak, because that guy is powerful
That's what they do.
voice.
That's what they do. I just go and made a correction and said Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. Fantastic time for that. By the way, I just switched to the actual stream, to the uncensored version. Sorry for all the language, but it just feels extremely exhausting to listen to a video where it's just cutting out and I have no idea what they're saying.
What, do you just not have relationships? Do you just not have relationships anymore? Or
no, you could have a relationship, but with the correct sex.
yeah, but if you don't have any sexual attraction towards them, why would you do that?
That's the wrong feeling. That's just an incorrect.
When you say the wrong feeling,
that's the wrong feeling.
It's the wrong feeling.
What's the wrong feeling?
What, according to who?
According to the world, the same reason you tell pedophile that they should stop being attracted to kids. It's like you should have a morality.
Wait a minute, I thought this was uncensored. Why?
You should tell a pedophile to stop being attracted to kids.
Yeah. Tell a pedophile to stop being
because of morality.
David,
this is the guy who's like the new defender of 50-some-year-old men being attracted to 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old girls. And the guys he now rolls with are people who you could bang an 11-month-old baby as long as you get parental consent. And his response to people are gay is, well, there are people who are attracted to kids too, and that's wicked and evil and should be destroyed, right?
David, you read the relevant parts of the DSM-5 as well, right? You took psychology classes, and you know as well that in psychology, it is actually pedophilic disorder is actually included in the DSM-5 as something that is a mental disorder.
Yeah,
that is dealt with.
And Muhammad meets the requirements perfectly. Like you go down the list of the requirements to be diagnosed with this disorder. Muhammad meets those. He fulfills all of them. The only thing is there's a qualifier for whether some pedophiles have an incestuous tendency as well. So there's a qualifier there that is it attracted to children in your own family, and there's a distinction exclusive and non-exclusive. Some people are only attracted to children, while others are attracted to children among others as well. So Muhammad would be diagnosed, if you're around today, with non-exclusive type pedophilic disorder. Because he was attracted to basically anything with a hole.
That's true, and that is why David just earlier, when Sneako suggested you could just tell somebody who is attracted to children, well, don't be attracted to children. That's not how it works. That's not how you don't just go to somebody who is actually molesting kids. You don't go to them and say, oh, hey, how about you just stop doing that? It's not right. And they're like, well, okay, yeah, I guess that's not how it works.
YouTubers of the world. Someone should do it. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do it. But someone needs to take this video clip of this exchange right here and point out the obvious, right? You take the clip of what Sneako just said. Oh, someone's attracted to children. You should tell them no because of morality. Okay, what would Sneako say to his prophet then?
Yes.
That's what you title. What would Sneako say to Muhammad about Aisha?
Yeah.
To the world, the same reason you tell pedophile that they should stop being attracted to kids. It's like you should have a morality about
Hold on.
that.
Why do you think pedophilia is wrong?
What? Guys, so look what he did. He was waiting. Whoa! What did you just do?
Destiny immediately, instead of arguing against the ridiculous point that Sneako just made, immediately jumps on that big blunder that Sneako made and says, wait a minute, why do you think it is wrong? And this is where the disaster starts.
He's like one of those pythons or anacondas and so on that it will wrap around an animal, and it's not strong. These things aren't strong enough to just crush the animal. They wait for you to exhale, and then they tighten up a little. They're good at holding a position. So you exhale, it winds around you a little more. You exhale a little more, it winds you around you more, and eventually you suffocate. It's like what we're watching right here. He's just
Let's see how it goes. It's going to be very difficult.
You should have a morality about
Hold on.
that.
Why do you think pedophilia is wrong?
Got him.
Because Because you cannot.
No. Answer. It's a good question.
Yeah, I
Answer.
need to make sure you have any idea.
You
Before, yeah,
la-
tell me.
you
No,
laugh,
wait,
but you
make him
don't-
answer. Yeah, don't bail him out. Make him answer. Why is pedophilia wrong, Sneako?
Because
Don't bail
it's not how a relationship. Because God says it's wrong.
No.
That's the reason why. Hold on, wait.
Oh,
So
God
see, wait,
says
this
it's
is so
wrong.
easy. So let's take it. So if God tells you that you can f kids like he did with Muhammad or whatever, you think that's okay then?
He walked right into it.
Like he did with Muhammad or
Walked
whatever.
right into it.
Destiny. I love this guy.
Easy. So then Sneako. So if God tells you that you can f kids like he did with Muhammad or whatever, you think that's okay then? That you would change your mind on that tomorrow?
That's not what happened.
No. I'm asking you. If God tells you, Sneako, I think that f kids is okay, then you would change your mind on.
Okay, David?
Yep.
Destiny just said, so if God tells you to F kids like he did to Muhammad or whatever, and Sneako said, that's not what happened.
That's literally exactly what happened, right? Muhammad goes to Aisha because the marriage contract's when she's 6. So this could have in theory happened when she's 5, but let's say 6. He goes to her and says that God showed her to him in a dream twice. And this is how he knows that God wants him to bang this prepubescent little girl.
Yes.
Literally exactly what happens, Nico.
So here, narrated by Aisha herself, Allah's messenger said to me, you have been shown to me twice in my dreams.
In my dreams.
A man was carrying you on a silken cloth and said to me, this is your wife. I uncovered it, and behold, it was you. I said to myself, if this dream is from Allah,
From Allah.
he will
And
cause it to
ever
come
since then, I had a vision of myself at the ocean, little 9-year-old rubbing me with some lotion.
So, Sneako, you said that's not what happened. The Destiny actually, I don't know if I actually don't know if Destiny knows what happened according to the Hadith. I don't know if he actually is aware of it, but he basically implied with his hypothetical there that it was Allah telling Muhammad to F a little kid. And Sneako said, that's not what happened. So let's hear that part again. In the light of what we just read and what we just heard from the great scholar David Dawood, let's hear this moment once again.
Like he did with Muhammad or whatever.
Not how a relationship. Because God says it's wrong.
That's the reason why. Hold on, wait.
Oh,
So
okay.
Sneako, no,
God
wait.
says
This
it's
is so
wrong.
easy. So then Sneako. So if God tells you that you can f kids like he did with Muhammad or whatever, you think that's okay then? That you would change your mind on that tomorrow?
That's not what happened.
No. I'm asking.
Yeah, and guys, they shifted to a criticism of divine command theory, right? So divine command theory is the claim that it doesn't mean everything that you think is it doesn't mean that anything you think is a command from God becomes a moral obligation or something. It's about what the ultimate status of moral obligations are. So if I have a moral obligation not to hurt other people for fun or something like that, then what is the status of that? Is it just a thought in my head? Is it just something that society has programmed into me? Or is it something that ultimately derives from God? And so you put it forward as, your sort of a theory of meta ethics that our moral obligations are actually commands from God. Then the question becomes, is sort of a superficial level criticism, but it's important as far as what Sneako just said. Sneako just said that pedophilia is wrong, having sex with a child is wrong because God says it's wrong. I have no clue what he's thinking of as a Muslim that makes him think that God says it's wrong. But for some reason, Sneako just said, God says it's wrong, so it's wrong. And then Destiny replies, well, what if God says it's right? Then you'd have to say that it's fine, right? Because he did that with your prophet. And so one, he led right into criticisms of Islam, but two, Sneako just demolished Sneako's entire position of, hey, God says it's wrong. What if God says it's right? And Sneako's not going to have a response. He can't possibly have a response because his God, the God that he now believes in, says it's fine. He doesn't say it's wrong at all.
Yeah. It just backfired on you. As Dawa would say.
Asking you, if God tells you, Sneako, I think that kids is okay, then you would change your mind on it tomorrow.
There has to be a justification for everything.
Oh, hold on. God has to
didn't say it,
justify
though.
himself? God has to justify it? If you're talking about the need for a justification, then that means something's not good because God says it. It's only
Oh,
good.
no, he's going to the Euthyphro. This is the Euthyphro dilemma. He just pulled the Euthyphro dilemma on Sneako, who has no idea what Euthyphro is or who Socrates is or who Plato is.
This is the thing, that Destiny is doing something that is not okay, honestly. It's like when you watch somebody beat a child, when you watch somebody beat up a little child and keep beating, this is what he's doing.
Yeah, I had that with one of the debates I had with Nadir Ahmed. That was where his famous, I don't know if, can we change the topic of the debate? And it was, again, it was a joke, but it was in those, we had 2 debates, and those were in a church, and the pastor came up to me afterwards and he goes, yeah, man, I was up there watching you, and it was like, you're destroying him and you're destroying him, and I'm cheering. But then it became like watching someone club a baby seal, and like my sympathy started turning towards him because you were destroying him so bad. But that's like right here. You could actually feel bad for Sneako, because it looks like Destiny just, like you're saying, just beating a kid or clubbing a baby seal or something like that.
It is literally all of that. It is both beating a kid and clubbing a baby, all babies. Yeah.
Where the justification is. So God saying things doesn't mean anything then. So you're just wrong on that. So then what's the justification then for why pedophilia is bad?
Because it's not, kids cannot consent.
There you go.
Oh, my goodness.
So almost
Look at this chat here. It says Sneako has a humiliation fetish.
Dude, he just said exactly what we would want to say, right?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
A child cannot consent. That is the entire problem.
That would be, by the way, that would be part of the response to what Sneako was saying earlier. And I said, like, if Destiny says, why is it wrong? How can you criticize someone for being gay? And Sneako says, well, you can criticize people for the way they are. You can say, hey, don't do that. You could tell a pedophile, don't be attracted to kids. You could do that. You could tell them that. And so I pointed out that yes, you can bring that up, and therefore you have to draw distinctions. Well, if you're born violent or attracted to kids, why should you not act on those inclinations? But this person over here who's gay, he can. What's the distinction here? And you'd think, if you wanted to defend it, that it would involve something about consent and not harming other people. And then if you're talking about consent, it becomes, is anyone allowed to consent? And there seem to be situations where you'd say, no, a 5-year-old is not capable of consenting to certain things. But Sneako's the one who brings it up. A child is not capable of consent. It has to be a consenting adult, according to Sneako. So a 9-year-old girl is not consenting, and therefore a pedophile who's attracted to her, he should be told, stop doing that. Here's what's weird. He goes around defending child marriage now because he's been told by the Dawa guys, but all of his thinking right there is exactly what we'd want to say about Muhammad.
Yes.
That
So
weird?
it just backfired on you.
That's weird, though.
Problem with it at all. We think that it's just because we have a different idea of what it means to be a child, which can be tracked historically. But now, if the situation has changed, we say that the general principle in Islam is, you can do what you kind of want, so long as, I'm not going to say you can do what you want so long as you harm. You can marry whomever you want to marry, so long as it doesn't cause them harm, physical and psychological. So, for example, if I marry a 100-year-old woman, or Sneako, if you marry with your tank top, 100-year-old woman.
This is funny because Mohammed Hijab now in this discussion, where he gives his great Islamic opinion to the little Sneako, and this is long before this conversation with Destiny, by the way. He is coming at it from a different perspective. He's not even bringing up consent. What he brings up is actually what matters in Islam, by the way, which is that according to Islamic law, in Islamic tradition, for over 1,000 years, close to 1,400 years possibly, it has been always the principle that you can marry a girl at any age. You could arrange a marriage as soon as she's born. However, you can only get together and consummate the marriage if you are if the girl will not be physically harmed permanently as a result of sexual interaction. So it should be it should be ensured that the girl will not be harmed. She will not be permanently damaged. And I know David likes to explain the details of that even further. I just don't want to do that at the moment.
Yeah, guys. And Mohammed Hijab knows this, right? Mohammed Hijab knows this. One, if you read this harm principle that he's talking about is just sort of a general thing, don't harm people, which you can't apply in all situations because they believe in violently subjugating the entire world and taking female captives and stuff. So they're pretty loose on what they're talking about as far as harming people and so on. But Hijab understands that some of his scholars have applied this to marrying children. They say, but make sure it doesn't cause harm. And Hijab knows this. He knows when he's talking to Sneako and he says, oh yeah, but you can't be harming he knows everyone's thinking, oh, okay, well, you can't be banging the kid until the kid is totally ready. Right?
Nope.
That's what everyone's thinking. That's not what the Muslim scholars mean by harm. They mean basically two things. One, if she's so tiny that you're going to crush her during sex, don't do it, because you've paid a bride price and stuff, and now you're going to be with this girl for a while. You don't want to crush her. So that's one thing. Make sure. So they actually talk about making sure she's a little chubby and stuff like that. And there's even hadiths where Aisha said that her mom had to fatten her up. Said she had to fatten her up to send her to Muhammad. So they want a little meat on your bones for cushioning, so you don't get crushed by this guy if you're a little girl. And the other is they were concerned about a girl being so small that you rupture her vagina and then turn the two holes into one hole, in which case you've damaged your girl for the rest of her life. That's the sort of thing that can be repaired today through surgery and so on. But for most of the history of Islam, it's a concern. You get this little girl, and then you rip her open, and now I just ruined my girl, and now I'm all out of luck because now the two holes have become one, and so on. This girl's messed up for life. That's what they're worried about. That's what they meant by don't harm. And so that's Islam.
Yeah, that is.
And Hijab knows that. Hijab knows that, and he knows people are misinterpreting him, and that's an acceptable form of deception for him.
And so this is what he's actually presenting here, but not presenting accurately. He's misrepresenting it deliberately. However, he is actually addressing it, despite his cowardice in delivering it, from the actual Islamic perspective, without going into the details that David just roughly presented. Sneako doesn't have any idea. He goes with the consent part because this is what he is told by non-Muslim people. And we will see now how that works out for him, because it's going to be bad.
It's already been bad.
Cannot consent.
There you go. Good job. Yep, you got there. Good job. So
and
homosexuality.
Don't good job me. It goes down to what we see from God. If God created
it doesn't help because you don't see God, so it doesn't matter. Okay.
There's no purpose. There's no purpose for a man to
listen. That's Sneako. If you need a book to tell you not to f kids, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, but most people can figure out why it's wrong on their own, and you got to the answer in the end, which is good. Maybe you need which is good. Which is good. Which is good.
After you answer that question, maybe you need
praising him like a little kid.
What?
He's praising him like a little kid who just figured something out. Like, well, you did a good job. I put 2 plus 2. I put 2 plus 2 up there, and I'm up on the chalkboard, and you went 4. Good job. Good job, boy.
You compared
You don't have
homosexuality
these
to
guidelines to get people like you.
why? Wait, no, wait. So wait, no, make him answer this question. No, hold on. Why is it then that homosexuality, which can be practiced between two consenting adults, why should that be a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing. It's just not right. There's no purpose that it's serving. What are you doing that
The
for?
purpose it's serving is two people that love each other, might want to be in a relationship and build a house.
Does Sneako ever actually think through what he says there?
Yeah, even what he said right there. This is Sneako.
It's not bad. It just doesn't have a purpose. Then why would you be against? Why would you have a problem with it? Why would it?
Yeah,
be
that's the idea that sex is only for procreation and not for anything else. And therefore, Sneako, what have you been doing with these models all along? You're not trying to have babies with them. What's it for, Sneako? What are you doing that for? Because you like it?
Man.
Household and do that together. That might be something they want to do.
It doesn't serve a greater purpose.
Every single thing in your life has to serve a greater purpose.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly.
Wrecking your religion right here?
It was a
This is funny. Destiny in disbelief.
question. Yeah, he asked you a question.
Well, he said, yeah, I guess everything in
I
your life has to serve
I
a-
said everything has to fulfill a greater purpose. Why would you do anything meet for no reason?
Sneako, you bring the book a lot and the whatever you read a lot, you reference that a lot into what's good and wrong, but I don't think that the fucking book told you to fucking set the red rock and fucking gamble. I think that's like usually called the haram. I don't think people think you should do that in that book, does it? So why'd you do it then?
Gambling is a sin.
So why'd you do it then?
Because no Muslim is perfect. Like that's okay.
Okay, so you pick and choose, and then you choose what.
Wait. Sneako is actively gambling right now. And upon being asked why he does that, he says, "Oh, no Muslim is perfect."
Yeah. Okay. Hey, pedophile, why'd you bang that kid? Well, not perfect. Okay. Well, okay. Well, you're fine then.
Wow.
How wrong you're going to be, and then you dictate what people should be doing based on that same book then.
No,
and then
we should strive to be perfect, right? So that was an example of me sinning, and I don't publicize those sins because I know that we have an audience, and it's important that we do the right thing.
So you only publicize.
Okay, let me see.
Hey, do you see that? It's important I don't publicize my sins because I have an audience, meaning he's already absorbed from the Dawa community. Hey, it's fine if you live a double life. Just try to keep it quiet. Yeah. And so, guys, the goal would not be for Sneako to drop all the things he does over time. The goal from the Dawa perspective would be to make him better at concealing what he does behind the scenes.
That's funny. I'm just wondering if the clip gets back to the discussion. Or I don't know when it gets back to the discussion. Let me see. Continue talking, Dave.
No, it's already enough, man. That's already
No, it's not enough. It's not. It gets worse. It gets worse.
There's more.
There's more. It gets much worse.
Oh no, I was thinking he already cornered him completely.
No.
But you don't uphold those values yourself. That's gonna.
You make a lot of money. You make millions of dollars selling sin, and I don't. And we should take the responsibility to not do these things. Do I sin every day? Of course. I listen to
because
music.
I don't see life as a sin or not. I make fun of my life, of my lifestyle, not off the sin.
By the way, pause it.
I just do my thing.
Yes.
Think about what Sneako just said right there. He said, "I sin every day. I listen to music." And it's like, okay, he's already figured out that music is haram. But I mean, notice that's a perfect point. You listen to music. Why do you listen to music, Sneako? What greater purpose does it serve in the grand scheme of things? It doesn't. You just like it. And so, like, your personal enjoyment and happiness and contentment would be the reason. It's a weird dude.
Yes. So it just backfired.
Is this bad? And then apply that in real time. That's an update. That is an update. It's how that works. We understand one thing is bad through whatever in psychology, cognition, logic, whatever, and then
why stuttering?
This is a Canadian dude.
Otherwise, you stop being better.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Like, why is
sorry? I'm stuttering. I didn't have my maple syrup today. I have no energy.
And going so foreign to you. Do you not want to be better?
Here's an easy question. Listen, okay, so should we update or not? What do you think the age of consent should be, Sneako?
Oh,
Yes, here. This is it. This is it.
oh,
This is
that's
it.
perfect. That's
This is it.
That's what I heard. That's what I had heard about this discussion was it's about the age of consent. I just thought he randomly tossed it out there. Not that it led perfectly up to this, with Sneako then saying that the reason that pedophilia is wrong is because a child is incapable of consenting to a sexual relationship with an adult, which brings up, well, what's the age of consent then, Sneako? At what age does a child become a relevant authority on his decisions for his or her decisions of a sexual nature?
It was the perfect question.
At what age is a child capable of consent then, Sneako? Because he can't.
Sneako knows the answer. Of course, he knows the answer. Let's see what he said.
This is not an important conversation.
No, it's a super. You don't think?
This is not
It
an
was a
important
very important conversation, Sneako.
So his entire reasoning for why pedophilia is wrong was that a child cannot consent. But then when Destiny asks, okay, what is the age of consent? He's like, this is not an important conversation. It is very important. It is the
Yes,
foundation. It is the foundation of the very discussion that you talked about just a few minutes ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
and guys, seriously, this is extremely relevant. They're talking about ethics and a little bit of meta ethics. What is it that grounds various moral claims? What is it? And then Sneako, in order to justify criticisms of homosexuality, has to say, well, there are things where we would say, don't do that. Even if you're attracted to something, don't do it. And then walked right into a slap to the face. Well, then why would that be acceptable in your religion? Your God says it's okay. Why would it be wrong? Sneako has to reply. He has to draw the distinction. Kids are incapable of consent. And then, well, at what age is a child capable of consent? He knows he's screwed, because what's he going to say? He can't say 10. He can't even say 10. He can't say 10 is the age of consent, because that would condemn Muhammad. And let alone the rest of the Dawa guys. I mean, he couldn't say 6 to Daniel Hakikachu. Couldn't say 6 because Daniel Hakikachu is fine with banging 3 or 4 year olds. And so, and then it's, well, this isn't important. No, it's very important. We're trying to figure out if you have a coherent view here. If you have a coherent view, if your view actually makes sense and you can make sense of your moral claims, you should be able to say why at some age a person is capable of consenting and another person isn't. But he can't say it. He can't say at this age or when this sort of thing happens, because anything he says at this point is going to condemn Muhammad. He can't do it, and he's just screwed. And then so he has to dodge it. Wow.
But do you see the secret message here in David's speech here? You see, here's a conspiracy for you. David just spoke for a while, and he repeatedly said certain things that some people who pay close attention to details must have caught very quickly. He said several times, you can't say 10, you can't say 10, you can't say 10, and sounded like Satan. And then he continued, and three times he said, you can't say 6, you can't say 6, and then he again said, you can't say 6. So he said Satan several times, and then he mentioned the number 6 3 times in a row.
You're on to me. You caught the codes.
See?
You like one of those guys when I'm waving my hand and then I'll take a snapshot and go, what did you mean by this symbol, David, in your video? What message are you trying to send?
Sneako? An easy question. Listen, okay, so should we update or not? What do you think the age of consent should be, Sneako?
Yeah, this is not an important conversation.
No, it's a super. You don't think kids or not is an important conversation? What do you think the age of consent should be? If you want to be consistent, you don't think anything updates, just tell us what you think it should be.
I think it should be past at a developed age.
What is a developed age? If you had to set a law for it, what would you set it? What would you set it about?
I'd say it's a developed age.
No, answer the question. You fucking pussy. Holy shit! You're such a
yeah, guys. That's another
Wait.
example.
I want to hear that again. Wait.
Oh god.
What is a developed age? If you had to
It's
set a
also-
law for it, what would you set it?
wrong
What would you set it
answer.
about?
Oh god.
I'd say it's a developed age.
No, answer the question, you fucking pussy. Holy shit, you're such a cowardly fuck. Stand up for what you believe in. If you actually are Muslim, you're actually Islamic or whatever, then stand up for your fucking beliefs.
Yeah.
Every
Be
other
based.
Muslim scholar online will do this. Do it. Stand tall on it. Don't act.
Wow, man.
That's funny. He's calling him a coward.
Yeah.
And by the way, guys, it's important what Destiny's doing right here. Clarify what you mean, because this is another situation. Apparently, Sneako has already picked up on the idea that you say things that are going to be misinterpreted by other people, even though you could justify it to your Muslim community. So when you say developed, well, I believe that a girl should be developed before she can consent. Guess what? Daniel Hakikachu would say the same thing. But he's talking about you can be developed, according to Daniel Hakikachu, by the time she's 4. She's not. They're not talking about being grown into an adult or anything like that. But they know that when a Westerner hears "wait until she's developed," they think, "Oh, waiting until she's all the way through puberty and she's developed into a woman." They know that's what the person is hearing. But Destiny is smart enough to know that that can't be what you mean. You can't possibly mean wait until she's a grown woman. You can't possibly mean that. So what do you mean by developed? Oh, just developed. Can't say just developed.
What do you mean? So we just want to play this here. Everyone already knows the clip. But whoa, it has 500,000 views. It's good to see that something like this is
When
being
there are signs of physical
watched
maturity,
by so many people who are being exposed to the truth. So as Nico just mentioned, at a developed age
when
is
there
the age of consent. Here is what Daniel Kikachu thinks about that. And Daniel Kikachu is familiar with Sneako, and Sneako is familiar with Daniel Kikachu. In fact, they recently had a
They're best
conversation.
buddies.
Yes.
there are signs of physical maturity, it becomes permissible for the husband in Islamic law to have marital relationships or consummate the relation with his bride. And this is the example of the Prophet, peace be upon him.
Do you know what precocious puberty is?
Starting puberty unusually early. Like,
Is there anything in Islam that prevents you from, a man marrying a 5-year-old that started precocious?
5-year-old.
you can arrange a marriage even as an infant, but that doesn't mean that sex is allowed.
Could a man have a marriage to a 5-year-old consummated if she started precocious puberty?
If she starts showing signs of physical maturity, then yes, that's permissible, as I said.
But
So there you have it. There you heard it right there. The question is very, very clearly and explicitly, can a man consummate a marriage, meaning have sexual relations, with a girl that is 5 years old and shows early signs of puberty? Daniel Kikachu says yes. Because by his standards, that means she shows signs of maturity. Showing signs of maturity means your body is now developed, which is just absolutely ridiculous. So that makes it okay to have sex with that little 5-year-old girl.
Yeah, and I'd have to point out as well, again, the Quran does not say you have to wait for puberty. The Hadith does not say you have to wait for puberty. From an Islamic perspective, when you're saying you're waiting for signs of maturity, that's another situation. We hear signs of maturity. Oh, that you mean you've gone through puberty or something like that. From an Islamic perspective, signs of maturity means you're chubby. The girl is chubby enough to where you're not going to crush her during sex, and you can actually fit inside her without rupturing her. If so, then she's old enough.
Yeah. Hey, this is nice. I was just looking at my short videos, and this clip here from my debate with Daniel Kikachu, where I just posted how he kept insulting me, and then I said, I'm okay with you insulting me, but if you do that, then I will also refer to Muhammad as a child molester.
Ooh,
and then he stopped. That has 930,000 views.
Let's get it to 1 million. Let's get it to 1 million people. Everyone go share that. Everyone go share that on social media.
That's amazing. Man, he walked right into that as well.
Act like a little pussy in here trying to grill XQC on modern meta ethics or whatever. If you want to answer basic questions about your worldview, what should the age of consent be?
Do you see how
you want to answer the question? You see how he's going to yap and not answer?
Oh, this is what I love about Destiny. You see that moment? This is what I love about Destiny. Right there, right that. So you see immediately how Sneako is trying to sneak out of it, and because he's Sneako, and tries to distract from it by talking about Destiny's intentions here. Destiny realizes immediately what he's doing and stops him right there and calls him out. This is sharp. This is why I love this guy.
On modern meta ethics or whatever, if you want to answer basic questions about your worldview, what should the age of consent be?
You see how
you want to answer the question? You see how he's going to yacht and not answer the question? I'm going to ask the same thing when you're done. Go ahead.
I just answered the question. I just told
What was the age?
I just told you at a developed age.
Sneako thinks you should be able to f 9-year-olds. That's what Sneako thinks. And he won't answer that question honestly. Or he's going to have to give a different answer, in which case he's updated his morality. He's updated his views. And that's really uncomfortable for him. You don't have an answer to any of this shit, bro. Go back to f***ing that corner in London where you're getting roasted by year one debaters.
Oh man. Hard again. Oh
man.
Oh wow.
Wow.
He's brutal, man.
I feel bad for Sneako.
Destiny's brutal, man.
Wow.
Oh boy. Go back to Speaker's Corner where you're getting roasted by
I think he said getting roasted by Christians.
I think he said like tier 1 Christian.
Because there was a video where a Christian comes to him and Sneako has no idea what the guy is talking about because he starts talking about Christology. Like Sneako is like, oh, Christianity doesn't make sense. You know, Jesus can't, God can't be a human and this and that. And the guy then starts going into Christology, hypostatic union and all that. And Sneako's like, oh, okay. So what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I haven't seen that. The one we watched live was Sneako. Yeah, there's only one Quran. Oh, okay. Well, what do you do with the different Quran? Oh, okay. I didn't know about that. And then the other guy trying to jump in and shield him. And this is after everyone had warned him, do not go there, Sneako. It's not going to go well for you there. He goes there anyway, gets humiliated, and then thinks, hey, I can redeem myself by ambushing Destiny.
Man,
that's what Sneako thinks, and he won't answer that question honestly. Or he's going to have to give a different answer, in which case he's updated his morality. He's updated his views, and that's really uncomfortable for him. You don't have an answer to any of this shit, bro. Go back to that corner in London where you're getting roasted by year 1 debaters on Christianity. This is retarded.
He said year 1. So year 1 debaters. This is Destiny saying go back to getting roasted by year 1 Christian debaters.
This is brutal. This is brutal.
Oh boy.
You can leave the call. I wanted to go talk about this.
I don't want to leave the call. I like hanging out here. I've talked to a lot of pedophiles in the past, so.
Okay. Did he say he's talked to a lot of pedophiles in the past?
Yes.
Okay, Sneako, I'm actually curious now. What do you think the age of development is?
I just told you. It depends on where you are. It depends on the world.
Then at what stage do you think somebody is developed?
It depends on where you are.
Yeah. Guys, this is an important question for someone who's trying to evade the issue. What do you mean by developed? Do you mean has grown into an adult woman? If so, you just condemned your prophet and 14 centuries of people in your religion. So you can't possibly mean that. What do you mean? Do you just mean she's developed to the point where you're not going to rupture her if you insert your penis inside of her? What do you mean? These are important questions. Do you can a 4-year-old be developed in whatever sense you're talking about? Or is that completely, is there something where you're not going to be developed until you're 11 or 12 or 13? If so, you've just condemned your prophet. That's the point. There's no way out. There's no way out for this. Because to be a Muslim, he has to say whatever he means by developed, it can be a 7 or 8 or 9-year-old. Or if you're talking about consenting to a relationship, it has to be where a 6-year-old is capable of consent. So Aisha was capable of consenting to a marriage, even though she's not required to be in Islam. But Sneako has to be able to say that. That's the point. He can't say anything. If he says anything that is going to make him sound sane, it will be against Islam. And so he has to define developed in some way that makes sense in Islam, and that's going to make him sound really, really horrible to everyone else. So he's just choosing not to answer.
So it just backfired on you. It just backfired on you.
What's that word you're using?
Do you know who this guy is? Who is this? Revelation 22:13. Who is this?
That's gosh, I forget. He came into the chat when we were going through the clip with Chris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, people said he could actually join us to go through his interaction with Sneako.
They can be taken apart. We're not saying they can be taken apart.
Semantics.
It's not semantics. It's metaphysically different.
Oh boy. Okay, that's
Person, individual, subsistence, and a rational nature.
They're separate or they're together?
Distinct, not separate.
What's the difference between distinct and separate?
okay. This is painful. We should probably review that too.
Oh yeah, that's Ananda. Ananda, I don't know how to pronounce it. Ananda Apologetics.
Yeah. This is what Destiny is referring to. Because he watched that a few weeks ago. We should have a look at that.
We can.
This is what he means by getting roasted.
Hey, someone contact Ananda Apologetics and ask if he wants to join us live to go through his interaction with Sneako. We'll watch the clip and we can discuss it.
Yeah.
Started. So it just backfired on you.
Oh, snap. We got over 3,100 people watching. That's getting pretty regular. Remember, like it was just like a couple months ago, we hit 3,000 for the first time ever, and now it's becoming pretty normal.
Yeah.
What happens when
nice.
we end up with 1 million people watching live?
It's probably going to happen within a few weeks, so I would say. You just muted yourself on accident. I don't know what you did. You just muted yourself. Like
how did I even do that? By magic?
I don't know. It just suddenly went down, and then you muted you.
Which is BS, absolutely BS. Yeah, don't get me started. So it just backfired on you.
That's my message to Sneako. Guys, YouTubers of the world, I try to help guys, right? Because
unite.
Every single day, you see a ton of stuff. You've been doing YouTube for a long time. Every single day, you say, "Oh, that could be a video. That could be a video. Oh, that could be a video. That could be a video." Even though you'll never be able to make all these videos. So you could point out to other YouTubers, guys, here's an idea, here's an idea, here's an idea. All these would be good videos. You put together what Sneako was saying with some of the other stuff of Sneako's previous interactions and how Destiny just destroyed him. And at the end, you put, it just backfired on you. That's it. That's a video.
Chikami said you're trying to get Sneako on here.
Sneako is, I'll say it here. I haven't even consulted with you on this. Is Sneako welcome to join us anytime, even if it's an ambush, even right now in the middle of the discussion? If Sneako sends us a message, says, put me on. Oh, we'll put him on. We'll put you on, Sneako.
Honestly, I don't know about that because it feels a little bit like, I don't know. It's weird. It's like we're taking advantage. Of the guy. Do you really want to make a stream about public humiliation? It's kind of weird, you know. I have to think it through. I don't know. I'm just saying, if this man enjoys getting just humiliated, who are we to say no? He's a consenting adult. Yeah, Sneako is watching. They say. I don't know if that's true.
Well, say what's of development. There's a lot of stages in development.
It varies. I don't think
it varies. It varies on the what?
It varies on the age.
It varies on the age.
It depends on where you are.
You need to have set ages for that. There are stages of development as a child, an adolescent, an adult, and then fully developed. Like, is it the brain? Is it the body? Is it cognition? What parts of development is it? Can you?
That's actually important. That's actually important. What he just asked.
Too much time thinking about that.
Wow.
Okay, so if a man fucked a 12-year-old and he was like, well, this person was like really developed, would that be okay then? You wouldn't call that person a pedophile?
No, that's wrong. Absolutely.
Why is that wrong?
What?
I just said that you're not supposed to do relationships with people, but look.
Well, you can't do
Wow. He said 12. He specifically said 12. He gave Muhammad a 3-year buffer zone.
Okay, but Sneako's response to that is you're not supposed to have relationships.
Yeah.
So he's distracting from the point here.
Guys, he just condemned Muhammad. That's the title of your video. Sneako condemns Muhammad for pedophilia. You've got all the pieces in what Sneako just said to condemn Muhammad.
Relationships?
You can't do relationships with children. I said that. Like,
Wait, what is a child though? But what if they say they were developed?
Developed is 18 plus, bro. Like, come on now.
Ooh, do you co-sign that, Sneako? Is that what developed means? 18 plus?
Well, people believe that, but throughout a lot of states, a lot of it's like 17, a lot of it's 16.
Oh, so you think 16, 17, that's the ethical age to start marrying?
I don't follow, but see, I don't follow the legal morality that you guys are following.
Oh, you idiot. Then answer the question, you dummy. Then answer the question.
It's so fun. Destiny keeps going with whatever Sneako just said. Whatever Sneako just said, he goes, oh, so you're saying, and then Sneako has to deny it. It's my goodness.
I love how Destiny puts him on the spot there. Oh, okay. Do you agree with that, Sneako?
It's like 17, a lot of it's 16.
Oh, so you think 16, 17, that's the ethical age to start or marrying people?
I don't follow, but see, I don't follow the legal morality that you guys are following.
So I'm asking you for the Sharia. I'm asking you for the Sharia morality. What's the religious one? What do you think is the morality there?
It says developed. It's not a specific age.
So if the pedophile or if a guy wants to...
Oh, gosh. We know what they mean by developed. Guys, so this is very... There's a reason to have this discussion, right? So they're saying, what is the age? What is the age? Like, what is the age? Are you saying it's 16? Are you saying it's 17? Are you saying it's 18? What is the age? The correct response from Sneako's position, in other words, the Dawa guys, is, yeah, but it doesn't make sense to say this is the age at which a girl is developed, because girls develop at different rates sometimes. So the question would therefore become what that Canadian maple syrup drinking dude said. What are the criteria? What are the criteria? If you're going to say, girls develop at different ages or something like that, what are the criteria? What are you looking for? What are you looking for? Fully grown? What are you saying? And Sneako can't answer, because the only answer he could give that would be correct from an Islamic perspective is, you're not going to crush her or rupture her. That's developed. That would be the correct assessment from an Islamic perspective. He can't say that, because that would be even more humiliating than what he's going through right now. And so he just has to keep his mouth shut.
Are you sick in the mind? Are you that mentally enslaved and intellectually subservient and intellectually molested and ideologically molested?
We got to start doing something with that. That's green screen. That's easy to put him in front of something. You could have Sneako right beside him saying something stupid, and then Muhammad Ajab jumps in.
David, what did you and Robert do the Jihad Watch last night? No, in fact, it is going to be happening in about half an hour, as far as we know. So in half an hour, David is supposed to go live with Robert on Robert's channel to do Jihad Watch.
Yeah, Robert was having technical problems with his website last night, and he uses his website for the articles that we're discussing and stuff. So,
which is why we have to go quickly through everything, so that we are not too late, and I can read all the super chats and everything. But unfortunately, David always talks too much.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah. Let's see.
12-year-old, if like they're developed, then you're saying it should be okay in terms of religion, right? In terms of at least ethics or morality, right?
No, in the Quran, it does not specify. It doesn't have an age. Like, you're going to go in circles about this forever.
I'm just curious why it's so hard to get you to give an age for when you think is an acceptable time to somebody.
I answered the same question 4 times.
You haven't given it. Developed isn't an age. It's not a number.
Nico, I think he's trying to make an understanding of how you apply it in the real world. How do you apply that knowledge or that piece of that phrase you're using, developed age, into the real world? How does somebody navigate that? Somebody who read the same book that you did, had your information. How do they navigate the world? How do they do it?
It's hard to understand you. How does someone navigate the world without a book?
What do you mean by developed? Look, a baby is developed compared to a fetus, right? At every stage, you can say this thing is developed to some extent. What do you mean by developed? Because you could say it about anything. You could say it about any age. You could say that's more developed than before that. What the heck do you mean?
This is the thing.
He can't say it without making Islam look really bad.
This is the issue. Destiny knows exactly what Sneako is doing. He knows exactly what's going on, which is why he, I think, said before several times now that the guy is just not serious in any way. He knows exactly that Sneako has kind of a rough idea of what is meant by developed, but Sneako just doesn't want to answer the question, right? He just doesn't want to answer the question. He doesn't want to try to answer the question. He doesn't really understand the answer that he would be supposed to that he would be giving, and he doesn't want to present the answer because he doesn't want the backlash. He doesn't want the embarrassment. He doesn't want Islam to sound like something really barbaric and pedophilic, which it is, which is why he's dancing around it and trying to act like he answered the question. That's what he's doing. That's what Sneako is doing. And Destiny is very, very well aware of this, which is why he's tired of this. And
which is why it's stupid to go into a discussion with Destiny
and bring up pedophilia.
Even stupider to walk right into a discussion on pedophilia.
And bring it up yourself, like not even somebody else bringing it up.
He didn't have to do that. He could have used a different example, right? He could have said, well, if you're saying that if you're attracted to something, you should be allowed to do it. What about if I were attracted to a dog or something? He could have said something else. Instead, he went right for children. Walked right into it.
Ananda Apologetics is here in the chat. Get into David. Are you in contact with Ananda? Whatever. So
message me, Ananda, if you want to jump on live with us and go through this Sneako clip. Your Sneako interactions.
So we can't do that now, but we will look at the other video as well, and we could go through that together. So get in touch. That would be very nice. Would be very nice. Let's finish this here quick.
You're missing the point. How, if you use that phrase, developed, right, as a concept, somebody knows this and they intake that, how do they apply that to the real world? How is they supposed to know? There's sort of specifics behind it, right?
What is your question? How do you apply the Quran to the real world?
Oh,
yes. If the book says that phrase, developed, right?
It doesn't.
Somebody when they go into the real world, how do they apply that?
Thank you. Destiny's chat is saying what I'm thinking here. Thank you.
How do they use that to know what to do? It's a simple question. Please answer it.
It's pretty easy to tell if somebody's a developed human or not.
So that you trust every human has read the book to know what's development and know how to use that, and you trust that people will do that.
All right, Sneako. So
look at Destiny. Look at Destiny.
Yeah.
Oh my
He's
goodness.
had enough. So it's anyone can tell what is and is not developed. All right. So we just heard it. A few minutes, 10 minutes ago or so, where Daniel Kikiju said that if a child begins showing signs of puberty at the age of 5, that means developed. 4 means developed. 3, by the way, according to the clip, still means developed. Even a hypothetical situation where an 11-year-old in an 11-month-old in an extraordinary situation shows early signs of puberty, that would be developed by Daniel Kikiju standards. According to Islamic scholars, little children at the age of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, as soon as they could take it and not be permanently broken, they would be developed. However, somebody who is basing their understanding of developed on a modern understanding on biology, on science, on the actual development, the brain development, the bodily, the sexual development of a human, probably has a completely different view of developed. So there is a huge range of when somebody can tell whether a girl is developed or not. So Sneako, your argument makes no sense at all. It is just dancing around the point again. He's terrified of answering the question, and we're not expecting anything smart from Sneako. Sneako is an idiot, complete idiot. But Sneako, if you don't want to answer these questions, if you can't answer these questions, why do you jump into the discussion? Why do you go to Speaker's Corner? Why do you jump on streams and try to preach Islam? Why do you try to have these discussions? Just get out. Like, man, it's painful.
Responsibly, yes.
Well, this is also the value of having a community of people around you who are on the same sort of
Also,
values.
if you do it, so if you say, oh.
Okay, so if you're surrounded by a bunch of pedophiles and they all think, oh yeah, but I think this little 2-year-old, I think she's ready now, then that's all right.
Plus, I had a dream where God was giving me that little baby.
Yeah. If you are, however, surrounded by a bunch of reasonable people who say, nope, she's 18 years old, and I don't know, she is making her own decisions, looks like she's ready if she wants to be ready, then that's also right. So it just depends on your environment. It just depends on the people around you. So moral relativism, basically, in a way. That's fantastic, Sneako. Thank you so much.
My bad. I thought it was developed. They were only 13. Let's say you said that the community should now. I say, oh, you should have done that, and that's good course correction.
Right. If there's people around that are educated, you have sheikhs and you have other people within the
so
community.
After the mistake,
if you have sheikhs, if the sheikh says it's okay, then it's okay. If the sheikh says if you have sex with that little 3-year-old, she will not be permanently broken, I guarantee it. And the other sheikh says, okay, I agree with you, sounds reasonable. Then I guess it's fine.
And those two sheikhs say, don't worry if the little girl shakes. We say she's ready.
Yeah, Sneako, shut up.
Welcome to Dawa. Welcome to Dawa.
So after you've done wrong, they go, "Hey, yo, dude, you probably shouldn't have done that, bro."
No,
like,
if they're following the faith, then they're gonna have the right intentions, and they're gonna ask people, and it's gonna be pretty
right intentions.
We have to wait for faith to come down on earth.
Well, if people have the right intentions and think it's okay to go and to have gay orgies, then I guess that should also be fine, right?
And what if you're surrounded by a community in like San Francisco?
Yeah, in San Francisco, who say, "Hey, gay orgies are fine. There's no harm."
Community says it's fine.
Not hurting anybody. It's not doing anything wrong here. It's fine. We are an informed, educated community, and we have come to the conclusion together in agreement that it's all right. Well, no, they have to be sheikhs. Well, go drink a milkshake and shut up, Sneako. Man.
Saying it's the value of having a community that's on the same page about things. The same, and you know that. That's why you establish rules within your community.
The community is also.
It's also so funny when he's talking about homosexuality. He brings up the idea that it would be meaningless. It would serve no purpose because there would be no procreation. However, he says you can have sexual relations with a girl as soon as she's developed. In different conversations, you see how that ranges from the age of 12 to the age of 9 to the age of this and that. Sneako, maybe go to a proper scientific medical authority and ask them about whether it is practical or not to start having children at the age of 9 or as soon as you are developed. See how that works out.
Yeah,
I can. If you have sex with a 5-year-old girl, and are you going to have? I don't even want to get into it.
Yeah, I pointed out the dangers of basically every bad thing that can go wrong in pregnancy go up significantly when you're dealing with young girls.
All right, I'm done.
All the problems go up, and so yeah, hence going to reliable authorities. I mean, just think his mind is already set. Well, you ask your sheikh. I would ask Daniel Hakikachu. That's who I'd ask. Well, why don't you ask a freaking doctor?
Well, doctors are kuffar.
Kuffar.
Doctors are not sheikh.
Come in and tell you what to do and when not to do it, or if that's how you use, if that's the number you use to navigate the world.
Wait a minute. The chat here says 46,000 people watching this right now.
Oh wow!
That was on. Oh wow! This is why everyone knows about this. That was on XQC and the other guy and all these people. And if you can trust the number here, there were lots of people watching.
Or if that's how you use, if that's the number you use to navigate the world.
You guys keep trying to make it seem like it's as concrete.
I'm not trying to make it is. It has to be concrete. Then.
All right, I'm done with this. Base Autistic said, "AP, you should message Destiny when he's live and show him the Mike Jones clip against Daniel. He has seen it already. In fact, I did message him the day it happened, and he reacted. He started watching it the same day. I think the next day or so. So he did actually watch that.
Yeah, by the way, isn't it awesome that like all these like popular streamers and stuff are catching on to stuff that Islam has kept quiet as far as for a
Yes.
long time, and now they all know it, and now they all bring it up to all their millions of viewers and stuff. Interesting.
Yep. Yep.
Fun times.
So
Which is BS. Absolutely BS. Yeah? Don't get me
Okay,
started.
Mr.
So you just backfired on you. Let's see what happens now.
Okay, all colors are entombed in black said today, April 25th, was the Italian Day of Liberation from fascism, and propel dudes were rallying, propel dudes were rallying in Rome, baffling. Well, they just want to bring it back. Interesting piece of information. The Palestinian Arab leadership during Italian fascism and Nazi Germany, the Grand Mufti of Jerusalem, Husseini, he was actually a friend and ally of Mussolini and Hitler. He met with both of them. He spent time among the fascists and among the Nazis and made plans with the fascists and plans with the Nazis. We have it all on record. So nothing changed. Stefan de Pellet said David Moat mocks gospel opponents like Jesus Christ Christian. R. Donkins mocks gospel but likes its fruit. Atheist. Momo, bite the pen is your dead. Bite the pen is of your dead. Yeah, yeah. Sagol Thistle
Guys,
said, I'm
keep in mind,
Jewish
he was
girl.
not making that up. There's
Yeah.
a hadith where Muhammad said, "Go bite your father's." Tell him to go bite your father's penis.
Yes, yes. I will not be able to read all super chats, but I will try to go quickly through important ones, especially bigger ones. Sagol Thistle said, I'm a Jewish girl. Sophia's story showed me how vile Islam is. I am the same age she was during Khaybar. I pray God gave her justice in the afterlife. This is actually this is also of significance because you will still hear many Muslims around the world when Israel is in question shout Khaybar, Khaybar, Ya Yehud, and then followed by the army of Muhammad. So they still want to be proud of what Muhammad did to the Jews of Khaybar and still remind Jews of that, although Jews generally don't know what this is about.
Although, yeah, if you condensed version of the story, Muhammad and his companions go up to attack the Jewish settlement at Khaybar, and what happens? Muslims win. Muhammad gets poisoned by a Jewish woman whose family had been slaughtered because he couldn't resist good food, and so he ends up getting poisoned. This eventually kills him, but it takes a couple of years because it like damages him internally. But he also couldn't control his urges with Safiya. So Muhammad and his companions tortured her husband to death because he knew where some money was hidden. So they torture her husband to death. Then he gives her to Dihya al-Kalbi, who was Muhammad's boyfriend, according to some theories. And but then it gets brought up to Muhammad's attention that Safiya is the hottest girl in the settlement, so he has to have her. And so he takes her, and then one of his soldiers, one of his men stands guard outside the tent the entire night in case she tries to murder him for killing her husband. But long story short, as far as justice, yeah, I believe in justice in the afterlife, but she also got justice in this life because Muhammad was poisoned as a result, which is why it's hilarious for Muslims to remind Jews of Khaybar when Muhammad was killed. Their prophet was killed for messing with these Jews. Their prophet died because he messed with the Jews of Khaybar, and one of them poisoned him. And then he spent the next 3 years wallowing in freakish misery until he died like a dog.
Died like a dog. Yes. Very nice breakdown here. Yes. David, what are your thoughts on the whole Destiny Sneako thing? If you could condense it to 3 words.
That's pretty even match.
Nice. No, Tomas said it's not a gargot if the tree consents.
You need to edit Fareed's tweet and say, how can it be a gargot if the tree consents?
That's funny. Rick Newton said, as a Canadian, take my Tim Hortons bucks. It's our national currency. My igloo is burning down. I need to get some maple syrup to put out the fire.
Rick, next time you need to put a at the end of every sentence to make it thoroughly Canadian. Because right now I'm like, is this a guy pretending to be Canadian?
Is Tim Hortons a restaurant or product or something?
I think it's like a little place where you get like coffee, but they have. I think I've been to. I think they have them in Michigan. I think I've been there in Michigan. Yeah, people go there for like coffee and a donut or breakfast sandwich or something like that. I don't know.
Canadians are terrible people.
But everything comes with like a gallon of maple syrup.
Yep. Nose to my said Mohammed. This is funny. This is these are some interesting thoughts here. It's pretty
Diha, guys, we're not even joking here. Diha's name is Diha al-Kalbi, which means Diha the dog. And then there are these hadiths where Muhammad would tell his wives when they would see him with Diha, and Muhammad would say, that was the angel Gabriel. So, hey, what are you doing there at home with the with this guy Diha? No, that was the angel Gabriel visiting me for a while. And if you heard any noises out there, that's just Gabriel giving me some revelations in the back room.
You know what's funny? I think the tradition of it is actually that I'm not sure if I'm remembering this correctly, but prior to Islam in the Arab culture, the name Kalbi was actually used as a title of honor or endearment, because in pre-Islamic Arab culture, a dog was not something bad or disgusting. It was considered something likable and honorable. So people were there called Kalbi.
I mean, a dog will like die for you. A dog will actually die to protect a human being.
But Islam came, Muhammad came, and Muhammad turned dogs into a disgusting, reprehensible thing that should that he commanded to kill, and then later said, okay, don't kill them anymore, but the black ones, kill the black ones.
Yeah, so most people if they're thinking of good and bad, they're thinking dogs pretty good, child molesters pretty bad, whereas Islam reverses it. No, child molesters super good, dogs really bad.
Yeah. La 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 la. Let's see.
Night was a great night for the United States.
He died like a dog. He died like a coward.
When you just said when you just said he died like a dog, I had to think of this.
He died like a dog. He died like a coward. He was whimpering, screaming, and crying. And frankly, I think it's something that should be brought out.
Dude, guys, we're all YouTubers of the world. Just take something. Share some information about how Muhammad died and him being poisoned, and then play the clip of Trump saying he died like a dog, he died like a coward.
Just play this part after explaining how Muhammad died.
He died like a dog. He died like a coward. He was whimpering, screaming, and crying. And frankly, I think it's something that should be brought out.
He's talking about Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi when he was killed.
Yeah. Yeah, that was such an awesome matter of fact. That happened on the right when we were leaving Israel, and I was in the airport, and I was there. And as far as people that I met while I was there, two other guys in the airport. One was an Army Ranger, and the other was a Navy SEAL. I was like, "Hey, guys, you want to go live to talk about this?" And they're like, "Sure." And so that was one of my favorite live streams of all time.
He died like
we were in the Tel Aviv airport right after al-Baghdadi had been killed, and having discussion with a Navy SEAL and an Army Ranger.
When was that? Was it 2000? I don't know.
You can look up the date that Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi was killed. That was when we were leaving.
I don't want to look it up. On my knees for Christ said, I wish I could show all my fellow gays that when they defend Muslims, these are the people they defend. Alhamdulillah. I wish.
That is so. Yeah, the queers for Palestine and so on. That's you're defending. Yeah. These are the guys you're defending.
Alhamdulillah. Jack said, I would like to hear what the goat has to say.
Let's check. Goat, what do you think about all this? What do you think about Sneako? What do you think about Sneako's ethical claims? Sounds like he's a little worried.
Noah Sumat said, if jinns can be Muslim and Satan is a jinn, maybe Satan is Muslim. It could be true. It could actually.
Really, Satan's the most faithful Muslim according to the Quran.
We brought this up before, but I mean, going just by the narrative that you find in the Quran, like Satan was the faithful, the loyal, the devout guy. He was like Allah creates something and he says, bow down to it. And all the angels, they're like mindlessly doing it. And Satan is like, no, I will not do that. So to me, that sounds like, aha, Satan thinks, no, this is a test because I know very well that I shall not prostrate to anything besides Allah. So he refuses to do it, but then he's punished for it.
Yeah. So we read the story Muslims read the story today of Allah telling everyone bow down to Adam, and then Satan saying no, as Satan being very prideful. No, Satan's saying, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to bow down to anything but Allah. And this thing is less than me. I'm made from fire. He's made from clay. Why am I going to bow down to something that's even less than me? And he says, not doing it. Got to be a trick. And you don't realize what Allah wants. What Allah wants is whatever his most recent thing he tells you to do, even if it contradicts everything else that he has said ever, just do the most recent thing. They're programming them for abrogation. It's the exact same thing you find in the Muslim sources when Muhammad's going around saying, hey, we're pure Muslims, pure monotheism, pure monotheism, pure monotheism. And then he comes out one day and says, guys, now it's okay to pray to Allah, Aluzza, Manat, these three pagan goddesses. And what happens? The entire Muslim community bows down. Why? Because they hadn't been programmed with pure monotheism. They had been programmed mindlessly obey everything Muhammad says. That's the goal in Islam. Mindlessly obey, mindless obedience towards your leaders. That's the goal.
I mean, if I was in Satan's position in that story, and Allah drove me out, I would think, okay, obviously at one point he will say, okay, this is a test and you passed, right? This must be part of the test, right? He probably still thinks that, like, if the Islamic story is true.
Yeah, but in the Quran, that's what sets Satan off. That's what he's like. Matter of fact, Satan says, you deceived me. You deceived me. And so I'm going to go deceive people. You deceived me thinking that, hey, I'm only supposed to worship this thing. And no, Satan in a weird sense is the real hero.
I know if I was in Satan's position in the Islamic story, I would have done exactly what Satan did. Clip that. Muslims, clip that. You see, this is why he left Islam. Nostuma said, if everyone are created a Muslim, hence reverts, and non-Muslim worst of created beings, so when they are created as Muslims, they were the worst of creatures. So Muslims are the worst of creatures. Everyone is the worst of creatures as soon as they disbelieve or as soon as they refuse to believe. It doesn't make any sense. But Islam doesn't make any sense at all. So that's the point. Noam MKW said, you guys heard of what happened in Burkina Faso? Over 200 killed in the name of jihad. I haven't heard of it.
You almost never hear of it in the West.
You never hear of it because it's happening in Africa. Wait, what? Army massacres 200 villagers. Burkina Faso's army executed more than 200 civilians. That's wild.
223 villagers. Wow.
Wild stuff. Buff IP said Destiny is like Aristotle compared to these two guys. Also, you should look up a video called XQC saying things. He has one total brain cell.
He's more like Socrates. He's more like Socrates. If you're comparing the argument style. Socrates just keeps asking questions of clarification and stuff, and then he gets you to completely contradict yourself, and your entire worldview comes crumbling to the ground. That's what Destiny just did.
He's drilling. And he says, I don't know anything. I'm just asking. He has one total brain cell that's very, very excusey phobic. Iron Kippa said, had to make my own Quran eating goat. Fantastic. Now I have an excuse to tell all my friends about that. Can he wear the goat? Can we hear the goat? What can he wear the goat? Can we
again?
No. Yes. Woohoo! Based Autistic said, Australia, you terrorists need to chill. Literally places them in a cooler. Sounds like a Schwarzenegger joke from Batman and Robin. Korik said sneakers using morality argument for God while following Islam to try to win a debate. I really don't understand at this point why Sneako was there at all, what his motive was. It looks like humiliation fetish.
Yeah, he looks like it. Yeah, it's weird. Hey, yo, I gotta cut out. Gotta jump on live with Robert. So I will catch you all. Maybe we'll go live tomorrow. We'll see what happens.
Yes, I will finish these super chats, and then you will be live on Robert's channel in about 5 to 10 minutes.
No, because Robert goes live on time, so like 3 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes.
Who goes on live on time? This is ridiculous, man.
Old people, that's who. All right, catch y'all later. Oh, by the way, any of you channel members, if you missed it, there is a video in the community chat. If you're a channel member, everyone else, there'll be a video up tomorrow.
David is running. He's scared. He's running.
Get the hell out of here!
Okay. Yeah, you can watch David in 4 minutes on Robert Spencer's channel. I will finish these super chats. There are very few left, and then we'll see each other once again. Banzai said, "Hello, AP and David Wood." He's gone. What do you think about Turkish TV? I don't know. I honestly don't want to answer any questions about Turkey at the moment anymore, because Turkey is just a trash hole, and I'm not part of it anymore, and I'm happy of it. I'm happy with that. I'm proud of that. I'm so proud that I'm not part of Turkey anymore.
We're proud of that.
Crusader said, paying the second installment of jizya for exposing Islam. Don't ask anymore in April. Thank you so much. You have thereby been spared from being killed. Tree of Good and Evil said, first time catching you guys live. AP, repent and believe so we can have a book titled Seeking Atheistic Losery, Finding the Truth. No, you. Crusader said, paying advanced jizya for the month of May. Please don't kill me. Okay, I can't guarantee anything. Banzai said, catching you both live after a long time. Thank you for your recent work. Love from Mars. God bless you both. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Always nice to see people from Mars here. Although David doesn't like you guys because of your accent and your criminal history. Beatrice said, I have a dream that I will marry a 6-year-old. Muhammad. Well. Cristiano Ronaldo, Jesus said the eye is the lamp of the body. Prophet Mohammed says the eye is the leather strap of the anus. Evidence is clear. LOL. Yeah, somebody should make a meme side by side of Jesus saying whatever he says about eyes and Muhammad saying whatever he said about eyes. And Muhammad's wise words were, the eyes are the leather strap of the anus. Alhamdulillah. My TV says a video of Shura Council of Qatar came on Memory TV about annihilating Israel. This shouldn't be news anymore. In every Muslim country, in every Arab culture, people always fantasize of annihilating Israel and also of annihilating the Jews. It's true. That's what they do.
Urinating upon one another. That's what they do.
Joshua said, from the seesaw to the swing, Muhammad's eyes would always be, you're finished. Alhamdulillah. Taki, is it true when Muhammad first saw Aisha, she had been ill, her hair had fallen out, and she looked like a boy, according to her? Yeah, the narrative goes that they were married at the age of 6. Then she became ill and her hair started falling out. And at some point in the future, when she was playing with her friends, her parents picked her up and made her ready for Muhammad. And she was 9 years old when that happened, when Muhammad took her and climbed on top of her like the pedophile and rapist that he was. Eternal Vigilance said, thank you both for all you do. God bless you. No, you. Thank you, Eternal Vigilance. Appreciate it. Nikhil Saka said, how is it child rape if the parents consent? Sneako, probably. Those who don't know should know that this is an actual quote by Muslim apologist Farid. Poon Tigger's mom made a super sticker. Thank you so much. I want to go off, not go off, but end the stream right here in about 1 minute, because I dislike being live at the same time that somebody else that I know is live, because I know that everyone is going to be watching me instead of them, because this channel is more important than their channels. And yeah. Aisha's code said Quran 65:4, 33:49. Allah wants your kids and your pets. Right hands possess. This is true. Very based. Sahih Christian. Hey, what's up, Sahih Christian? I swear by Ezra, the Christian kid that humiliated Sneako at Speaker's Corner has only been a Christian for 3 months. Huh. I will believe it when I see it. Sanke, David Wood, same gematria as witness truth, Christian. Apostate prophet, same gematria as has exorcised all demon, atheist. Draw your own conclusions. This is true. This is true. That's a good point. Kai said, my body is developed back in Saudi, but I just learned addition in the US. This is just getting out of hand. RD, what do you say in response to Muslim apologists who say, but in the US, the legal age of consent is 16 in lots of states, and we don't condemn that. Is it actually? I thought that in the US, it is generally put at the age of 18. I don't know. In Europe, it is much lower in general compared to the US. But that's not the point. The point is that Islam as a religion has no age limit. If you set an age limit and say this and say marrying and having sex below this age is not allowed, that would be considered an invention, a bid'ah, a sin by Islamic standards. And Islam already presents an example through Muhammad, the most perfect human being, according to Islamic, according to the Quran. And Muhammad himself married the little girl when she was 6 and had sex with her when she was 9. So, and you can't judge that as wrong and change it. That's the problem. You can always come to new findings and new conclusions based on science and reason and all that in the modern world. You can't do that in Islam. That's the problem with Islam, because it says this is the rule, nothing else. That's what we do. Infinite Oneness, David Wood, can you please help Robert get Shadow Channel? Not able to super chat takes away from fun. We can discuss the stuff with Robert. I should tell him about that. I'm pretty sure that they are aware of it. Yeah. Okay, I will read a few more here and then I'm leaving. Buzzfish, I just read Seeking Allah, Finding Jesus. Been watching your stream. Had no idea you were in that book. This is probably in reference to David, not me. Not probably, most definitely. It broke my heart. How can I drop everything and be ready to die for Jesus? I will send this message to David. I promise. Weast said, API, stop my Bible reading to join the stream. Jesus loves you. Nothing from your past is too much for Christ. Love you, David Wood. Thank you. Appreciate it. Mark Thomas, my wife wanted to tell me about her day. I gave her a whiteboard. I bought her for her and asked her to write it down. She hit me with it. Alhamdulillah. This is a beautiful story. This is what I like to see. Alex, invite Ananda to the call. He cooked Sneako in Speaker's Corner. Where can he contact to get you into the call? We will do that on a different day, on my channel or on David's channel. We'll do that soon. He'll get in touch with David, or David will get in touch with him. Yeshua the King said, those that use the mentally mature argument still have an issue because that method only works in modernity. So before science, they only had physical. Yep. But as Farid says,
it is a metaphysical matter.
John Choi, Trump vowed to get deport all Hamas sympathizers in the country and ban visas to them. I need to see what Trump says. NPC said, imagine having a debate about what age you should have sex with a female in the 21st century. This is exactly what an NPC would say. An actual real Chad will agree with whatever Muhammad did. No, don't be a pedophile. And thanks for watching. Go ahead and switch over, if you want to see it, to Robert Spencer's channel, Jihad Watch a Video. I believe some people posted the link to it in the chat. Feel free to post it again, whoever is doing it, including my wife. Post the link so people can switch over to that. I will be gone, and I will see you again most likely tomorrow on David's channel, and then again on Saturday. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Much love to Destiny, by the way, despite being a complete degenerate. Just kidding. He totally crushed and destroyed the guy, and he's a fantastic debater. Yeah. I wouldn't want to go and debate Destiny. Most people who understand the way he debates would have great difficulty with Destiny. And Sneako, the idiot, really thinks, oh, I'm going to jump into the chat. I'm going to challenge Destiny. What an idiot, man. Anyway, stay away from Islam and see you tomorrow. And as always,
stay away from Islam.
And also stay away from Islam.